All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're unpacking NVIDIA's latest earnings report, and honestly, the numbers are just record-shattering. They tell an absolutely incredible story about the AI boom that's happening right now. So, let's dive in.
You gotta understand, NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang isn't just talking about selling chips here. He's framing this moment as a whole new industrial revolution. And in his view, NVIDIA is building the engines for it, the AI factories of the future. It's a really bold vision, and it perfectly sets the stage for the numbers we're about to see.
That's the real question, isn't it? Big visions are one thing, but you have to deliver. So let's connect that high-level idea to the cold, hard cash on the balance sheet. And look, to call this quarter record-smashing is, frankly, an understatement. This performance wasn't just good. It basically reset what anyone thought was even possible for a company of this size.
Okay, first up, let's talk about something Wall Street loves, the triple beat. It's kind of the gold standard for an earnings report. It means you beat expectations on past revenue, past earnings, and, maybe most importantly, your guidance for the future.
So let's start with the headline number. $68.1 billion in revenue for a single quarter. That is up a massive 73% from the same time last year. I mean, just try to wrap your head around that scale of growth.
And here it is, that triple beat in black and white. As you can see, they beat revenue estimates by almost $2 billion. They beat on earnings per share. But then, the real shocker, they guided for the next quarter's revenue to be $78 billion, crushing estimates by more than $5 billion. That just screams confidence.
So, where is all this money coming from? Is it still those gaming cards that made them famous? Not even close. Let's pop the hood and look at the engine room in this money machine.
Just look at this number. Of the total $68 billion in revenue, over $62 billion came from just one single division, data center. This is the part of the business selling those super powerful GPUs that train and run all the AI models. This is the heart of the entire operation.
Now this chart really tells the story, doesn't it? The data center bar just absolutely dwarfs everything else. I mean, gaming at $3.7 billion is still a huge, successful business, but it's almost become a side story compared to this AI tidal wave.
And to put this growth into perspective, since the launch of ChatGPT really kicked off this whole generative AI frenzy, this one division of NVIDIA's business has grown by nearly 13 times. That's not a typo. It's one of the most explosive growth stories in modern business history, period.
But, you know, it would be a huge mistake to think NVIDIA is just a one-trick pony. Let's take a look at how this AI halo effect is lifting the rest of the company. Because, believe me, the growth is happening across the board.
The numbers here are just stunning. Professional visualization up 159% jump. Gaming saw a super healthy 47% jump. Networking is up over 3.5 times. And check out this last one, sovereign AI. This is basically countries building their own national AI systems. And for NVIDIA, it's already a $30 billion a year business.
And here's a fantastic milestone that shows you the depth of their business. The professional visualization segment, which is often overlooked, just had its first ever billion-dollar quarter. So the key takeaway here is, while AI is the star of the show, the supporting cast is also putting on a record performance.
So that was the past. But what makes NVIDIA so fascinating to watch is what they see coming next. Let's shift our focus to the future.
As we saw, the company is projecting $78 billion in revenue for the very next quarter. And this isn't just them being optimistic, it's a reflection of an order book that's already completely overflowing with demand.
And they don't see this freight train slowing down. Management said flat out that they expect revenue to keep growing sequentially for the rest of the year. The momentum right now seems undeniable.
So how do they keep it going? With this, the Rubin platform. This is the next major leap in their technology, the successor to the already dominant Blackwell chips. And this isn't some far-off dream. It's scheduled to ship later this year.
And why is this such a big deal? Because Rubin promises to make running AI models, what's called AI inference, up to 10 times cheaper. This is huge. Reducing the cost of using AI is the key to unlocking its widespread adoption across every single industry you can think of.
Okay, so we've seen a flawless report. Record revenue, a triple beat, incredible guidance, a roadmap for future dominance. You get it. This brings us to the final and maybe the most interesting part of our story.
I mean, logic would say the stock soared, right? When a company delivers a report this perfect, investors should be thrilled. But, well, the stock market doesn't always operate on simple logic.
The next day, the stock fell by 5.5%. Billions of dollars in market value just erased after what was arguably one of the best earnings reports of all time.
And that's the paradox. It's a classic Wall Street case of buy the rumor, sell the news, where expectations were so impossibly high that even a perfect report couldn't push the stock any higher. It's a fascinating example that reveals just as much about market psychology as it does about NVIDIA's incredible success.